All right. Well, my clock says noon, so we'll go ahead and get started. We are expecting some more people on this webinar, so you might see some people click on. But just a quick reminder, I will be muting. I will be muting you during this training, and I'll unmute you all at the end. If during the training, if you have questions, we do have a chat box down at the bottom of your screen. You can click on chat and ask your question there. Let's see here. And then again, at the end, we'll open it up for questions where I'll unmute all of you. So if you're on the phone, that'll be your time to ask away. So first off, welcome to our Grow Nebraska Third Thursday training featuring Mike Bitter. He's going to be teaching us about 2017 marketing trends today. I'm Heidi Garvin, and I've been with Grow for about 8 years. Part of my job is that I get to help facilitate trainings like these. So it's one of my favorite parts of the job. These trainings are free and open to the public. We love having you here. This would not be possible, though, without help from our many amazing sponsors. So today we are lucky. We have Zach from ATC Communications, and ATC Communications is our sponsor this month. So Zach is going to tell us a little bit about what they do and how they help small business. Zach, I'll let you take it away.
Hey everybody. So yeah, ATC Communications, we're basically a phone and internet service provider in covering a large portion of Nebraska. We provide thousands of connections to people and businesses across Nebraska with broadband internet service, phone lines, wireless links, Wi-Fi hotspots, things like that. We also do provide cloud services. We're a corporate email provider. We even host some of Grow Nebraska's email accounts. We also do domain names and things like that. We do a lot of technical support, whether that's just getting a new email account set up or changing the back end settings for a domain and all that stuff. And we're also just based in Nebraska. So when you're calling our phone number, you're probably going to be talking to me at our office here in Arapahoe, Nebraska. So kind of locally owned and operated type of deal for you. That's kind of what we do. If you want to find out more information, you can go to www.atcjet.net. Find out all about our internet pricing and plans and things that we can do for people.
And I do have to say, Zach has been a huge help for me personally. Grow Nebraska uses ATC Communication for like our email and our domains and bunch of stuff like that. And he just, anytime I'm having a problem, he comes through in no time at all. Always gets a fix. So we love working with ATC. And we are thrilled that they are our sponsor for today's Third Thursday training. Just a couple of other quick little housekeeping things. If you are a Grow Nebraska member, sign up is now open for our State Fair Buy Local store. So early bird pricing ends on July 7th, so make sure you get your registration in now. If you are not a Grow Nebraska member, the Nebraska State Fair is an amazing place to promote your business. So consider joining so that you can participate. We'd love to have you there. If you enjoyed this training, we are working on scheduling all of our trainings for the upcoming year. We have quite a few scheduled out. You can see them on our website, rownebraska.org/training. Our next training, so in July, is actually going to be a class that I'm teaching called Put Your Business on the Google Map. It's all about how you can make sure your business is the first thing that comes up when people are searching for either the service or the products that you provide. So should be a great training. I hope to see all of you register. It'll be a good time. For other trainings that are sponsored by our partners like REAP or the Small Business Administration, you can also go to grownebraska.org and click on our calendar. So we have tons of great trainings and we have member events there. It's a great place to stay up to date with what's going on in Nebraska. You can also stay up to date by following us on social media. If you haven't already, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. It's a great way, again, to see what's going on. You can see business success stories, you can see upcoming trainings and events. Always, always good content on there. And then my last request, if you like this training, if you don't like this training, if you have suggestions for speakers or suggestions for topics, anything like that, let us know. Email us at info@grownebraska.org and give us your feedback. We're always open to it. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mike Bitter, and he's going to teach us about
Hey, thanks a lot, Heidi. Good to see you again. Good to have everybody out there and tuned in. I appreciate it. And one thing that I found is you always know who the winners are, because those are the people going above and beyond, sitting at your desk, maybe eating lunch while you're watching a digital marketing trends presentation. Also, thanks, Zach. There is nothing like having a Zach working for you. When everything is working just fine, you really don't think you need somebody around. But when things start going south on you, oh boy, I mean, it's worth it to have someone like him around. I am Mike Bitter, and I own Affordable Social Media. It's a social media marketing company in Omaha, Nebraska, and I just see that somehow or other I got, okay, there they go, they're gone. I saw some marks on the screen I wanted to get off. So I've been doing social media marketing for about 9 years, and I have worked with just about every genre of business that there is. Everything from professional sports teams to dentists to restaurants to farmers and all kinds of different things. I am also a constant contact partner and authorized local expert. If you're interested in email marketing and you want to get going with email marketing, feel free to get in touch with me. My information is down at the bottom. And I think most of what I pride myself on is helping small businesses. Most of social media marketing is free. It's just, what are the trends? What is working and what's not? And that's what I want to show you today, is what we're seeing trending and what we expect the rest of 2017 and even into 2018. The biggest thing the biggest thing that I had to realize when I started with social media marketing is be a marketer, not a salesperson that's trying to sell you something that you don't want, but providing information to help people make a knowledgeable decision on what they want and how they're going to use it. And that's what we want to do with social media marketing. Digital marketing in 2017, this is what it's been building to. We have our email marketing, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. It just seems overwhelming with as much as there is out there. But what you're looking at right now are vehicles. These are vehicles to get you get your message out on the internet superhighway. And it doesn't matter what you choose, which vehicle you choose to get your message out. The biggest thing is choose something. And what I like to do is I like to go from something that's known to the relative unknown. What I mean is, just because there's email marketing, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, your mobile device, Pinterest, and so on, doesn't mean you have to be on every social media platform. Be on the ones, when you start with social media marketing, or if you're already in social media, be on the platforms that you're most familiar with. And when you start getting a rhythm, then maybe start stretching into another platform. For instance, if you're most familiar with Facebook. Maybe you want to move into LinkedIn or Twitter and kind of add that to your marketing quiver. So this is one of the questions I get all the time. How do I know which one to use? Well, there's several things that you need to ask yourself. One of them is, how much time can you devote to it? Some social media sites like Twitter are more conversational for 140 characters or less. Email marketing is going to take you a little bit longer to put something together. Then you want to know, what are your resources? What skills do you have, and what skills do your personnel have? You may have people that work for you that may or may not be good at social media marketing, but they can take great pictures. They do really good in front of the camera, maybe doing some video marketing. So figure out what you have, and if you come up a little bit short, what do you need to train on, or what do you need to train your staff? What do they need to know? And that's what you'll want to do, is find someone. If you decide to do some training, find someone who will train you on what you want to be trained on. And yes, I do one-on-one training. Your audience, that's the next thing, and this is one of the most important things, is, where is your audience? Where do they spend your time? Are they Facebook people? Are they Twitter people? Are they LinkedIn? And when you find that out, you'll know which social media platform to be on to reach your audience. A lot of times, just ask them. So, digital marketing trends for 2017, this is going to be our agenda. We're going to talk about marketing automation, then go into content, video, mobile marketing, and we're going to end up talking about analytics, talking about all this data out there, and what do you do with it? What do you look for? Marketing automation is about taking the repetitive tasks that you do and automating it. For instance, introducing yourself to someone. There is something with email marketing called an autoresponder. And an autoresponder is exactly what it says. It automatically responds to someone's request, or when their email goes into a certain database, they're automatically going to get a series of emails. And these are the repetitive tasks that you do. Introducing yourself to someone, explaining to them what your product or service is, talking about your company, giving people contact information. Those are the kind of repetitive tasks that you can automate. So if somebody comes to your Facebook page or your website and you have a sign up for my email list or sign up for my newsletter, they will start getting information about your business. Those are the repetitive things that you can take out of your life and hand it over to automation. It makes your life easier. Okay, this is on the left-hand side is how we're receiving marketing messages nowadays. Not only do we have social media, email marketing, but there's also the newspaper and magazines. We're still getting things through the mail. And I've heard this number a lot higher than this, but we receive approximately 264 marketing impressions per person per day. That's when you're on Facebook and an ad pops up, or you're on the internet and you go to a website and then here comes something that pops up and they're trying to sell you something. But what happens is all of these messages kind of get lost in the noise because there's a lot of noise out there. Everybody wants to sell to you. And I don't know about you, but there's been times I've watched TV and a commercial has come on. And when the commercial went off, I was wondering what the commercial was. I couldn't remember because it just didn't stick. And that's what I want to show you also is How do you get people's attention? How do you get things to stick? So after they've read your post, after they've read your marketing message, or after they've read your email, they remember it and they actually take action. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about that when we talk about content. The other thing that you want to do is you want to personalize your message for your audience. And sometimes what that takes segmentation. You know, separating the cat lovers from the dog lovers, separating people who live in the city versus people who are more rural, people who own homes versus people in apartments. And then you can start personalizing your message to people. They found, Brandon New did a study, and they found that 56% of consumers are more likely to shop when they have a personalized experience. I don't know about you, but there's some places that I go into that I was in a store the other day, and I had 5 associates, people that work there, walk past me, all of them within about 3 feet of me, and none of them asked me if I needed help. That was definitely not a personalized experience. So keep that in mind. People want the same thing online. They want that personalized. They don't like general messages. 76% of consumers will share personal information for a better experience. All you have to do is ask for that information. And you want to glean as much information as you can, not only from your customers, but people who are checking in with you, people who are following you on Facebook, people who are following you on Twitter. Then we start targeting and segmentation. What we want to do is we want to segment first. Segment your audience into maybe your regular customers or donors, seasonal customers, maybe even a VIP list, because you're going to be talking to your VIPs a little bit different than you do your regular customers or donors. You want to kick it up a notch. You want to give them a little bit more. And then you can target them with personalized messages. Targeted automation does not have to be hard. And the other thing is one of the things that I have found business owners struggle with, of course, is time. And that's an unrenewable resource. You cannot get back time that you've already spent. So then once we get into marketing, what I found is that with a lot of business owners, it becomes trade-offs. Well, with marketing, we want to get as much bang for your buck. That's what I'm talking about with this message. If you notice, the message you see in front of you on the left and on the right is the exact same message, except for one word. On the left, it says, "Thank you for sponsoring." On the right, it says, "Thank you for volunteering." Now what they've done is they can target this to sponsors. The other email they can target to volunteers. It's the same message, but you're getting more traction. You're getting the same information out to 2 different groups of people. And that's okay to do that. It saves you time and you reach more people. You can reach out and touch them. So a lot of people ask, how do you get information so you can target? Ask people. Send out a survey. Constant Contact does have a survey tool. There's other surveys out there. I believe there's one called SurveyMonkey, and there are some other free survey tools on the internet. Just when you do a survey, just make sure you are able to recoup all that information you're asking. On top of that, maybe when people buy or give, that tells you something about them. The events that they come to. When I do events, sometimes I'll do a presentation, a LinkedIn presentation, and other times I'll do a Facebook presentation. That tells it, and I usually present to 2 different audiences. So then I can segment them and notify LinkedIn people about LinkedIn information and Facebook people about Facebook information. So what you want to do is you want to ask people, and then you want to use that information. Data isn't any good unless you use it. It's great if you can know everything about your website. You know, when did people come there? How many people were there? What pages did they look at? That's all good information as long as you use it to grow your business. That's what we want to do, is grow your business. You can use that information to segment your lists. We've already talked about that. In your social media promotions, you can target certain groups of people based on that information. If you want to make personalized offers, maybe you want to make personalized offers to people who live in apartments versus people who live in houses. And then, of course, there's autoresponders. Use that information to reach certain groups of people, and you can set up more than one autoresponder. You can have an autoresponder that works for people who live in houses and set up a different autoresponder for people who live in apartments. And you can make different offers to them based on where they live. So jump on the trend. This is what you want to do. Start asking for information to segment your contacts. What types of information do you want to know that will benefit your business? If knowing a person's zip code isn't going to benefit your business, don't ask them that information. Ask them the information that you want, that you need to help your business. Most people want to give you that information. Automate your marketing around those segments, but find places that you can market to those segments. What I mean is, don't force a marketing effort somewhere where it may not work. Figure out how you want to market and then look for those segments to market to. And then develop personalized messages for each different segment. Again, we saw the numbers earlier of how much people like a personalized experience. Content marketing. One of the things that people have said is that content is king. It's a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content. And then after that is the reason why you want to attract and retain a clearly defined audience. Valuable, relevant, and consistent. Not necessarily valuable, relevant, and consistent to you, the marketer or the business owner, but to the people in your audience. What I found is business owners have a different value set than the people who are coming to see them. And sometimes I've seen it scare away business because the owner missed what valuable means to the audience. I had a person that worked with me for a long time, and so I would run ideas past him. And he would say, "Mike, that's a bad idea. I don't like it." And I always knew it was a good idea because he thought it was a bad idea. It's just a different perspective, and always be relevant to the reader. Give them information that they can use. Even if it's something as nebulous as, are you going to be at the parade this weekend? We are. We hope to see you there. And it's relevant to people, that information is. The biggest thing that you want to remember is you need to drive profitable customer action. You want that customer to take action. You need it to be profitable to you. So that's why we put this information into social media. It's because we want to drive them to do something, especially if some things like how to. Maybe people have a hard time knowing how to use your product or how to use your service For instance, with Constant Contact, what I do is when people start a 60-day free trial, I send them information on how to use Constant Contact. How do you get started? How do you build your email list? What's the next steps? I provide that information, and hopefully it's going to be relevant to the people that are there, because I want people to use Constant Contact, see the value of it, and then continue using it. So why would you want to focus on content marketing? Well, 72% of marketers say relative content is the most effective search engine optimization tactic. What that means is that relevant search engine optimization is that Google or search engines will, when somebody puts in a search criteria, they're looking for something, whether it's a new car or a new boat, what will happen is that search engine will go out there looking for websites with the most with the content that is most relevant to that search. That's why you want to have your website search engine optimized so people can find you. The other reason you want to focus on content is because consumers feel more positive after seeing custom content. I don't know if you've picked up on it yet or not, but one of the biggest trends in marketing right now is personalization. I like to fly drones, so I will go out on the internet and kind of watch the price of drones and watch how the technology is developing on drones. And you don't know how many times I get back, I will go open up my Facebook page, and then I start seeing ads down the side of my Facebook page for drones. That is custom content. That is custom marketing. What those marketers are doing is they are serving me up ads that I'm interested in. They're not trying to sell me laundry detergent. They're not trying to sell me a fitness program. They want to sell what I am most interested in. So remember that. Customers react positively with custom content. So where is the trendy place to publish? Of course, you've got your blogs. You have a lot of different places that you can go out there. Twitter, Facebook. What you're seeing here, this is what's trending. Snapchat is growing like crazy. I'm not necessarily a Snapchat person, but if your product targets 18 to 34-year-olds, Snapchat is where you need to be marketing your product, because Snapchat is the fastest growing social media platform for 18 to 34-year-olds. So what you want to find is what's trending, which place. It's where your clientele are. It's where those people are that you want to reach, that you want to get to. So there's some things that you want to ask yourself. First off, with what you do, who is your target audience? Who do you want to reach? Who do you want to bring in the door? Who do you want to click? Who do you want to download? What do they care about? Someone who drives a BMW is going to care about different things than somebody that drives a Chevy Spark. So you want to know what they care about, because that's where you come up with interesting and relevant content, because you want to appeal to that demographic. And then you ask yourself where you can excel at what you're doing. Okay, first off, your target audience. The thing with your target audience is what you want to know, who are you trying to reach? And then what you'll find out is your decisions and your strategy is going to come from understanding your audience. It's going to come from knowing what they want. What are their reactions to things? I mean, it could be as simple as your one of your audience likes blue better than they like brown, and they react better with blue than they do brown. You just never know sometimes. Also, when you're talking with your target audience, you're going to tell different groups of people, you're going to explain, or you're going to say things differently between different groups of people. For instance, you would talk to your mother differently about quantum physics than you would maybe a middle-aged couple. And if you're going to explain it to a child, you would explain it differently. So that's why you have to decide what your target audience is, because we don't want you to miss out on anything. And if you try to explain quantum physics to a middle-aged person the same way that you're going to explain it to a child, you may lose them, and we don't want that to happen. Find out what they care about. What are their pain points? What do they like? What do they dislike? Where do they go? What do they like to eat? What do they know that, what do they know, or what don't they know? What do they need help with? Those are things that you want to know about your audience. You should know these things through normal interaction. And then where can you excel? Where can you excel as a business owner? Is it in the knowledge? Do you have enough manpower to do this? Do you have plenty of time to market? And maybe you have time, but you don't have the knowledge. And coming to things like this, webinars, going to seminars, talking with other people about how they market, that could give you the knowledge that you need, because if you already have the time, just put those together and you would start posting. And somebody has asked this previously, so where do you start? The first thing is get information about your company and about you, and start posting it. If you like Facebook, build a Facebook business page and start posting information about your company. Post information about your product. You notice what I said, information, not necessarily selling. A good rule of thumb is for about every 3 to 4 posts that you make, maybe telling about your product, telling about your company, make one advertising post where you actually try to sell your product or your service. Because you don't want to oversell, because people will not want to, or people will get turned off by that. So here is a few examples of different types of content formats based on positive ratings with consumers. Blog posts are still highly esteemed on the online community, but there's a lot of other formats to consider. If you are not a writer, blog posts may not work, but what I a lot of times like to do is when I'm reading something, I find something that I want to share. And so what that you're doing is you're repurposing or you're curating content, because I'm not that good of a writer, but I know a lot of people in this arena who are very good writers. I know people in this arena who put out really good videos. And for me to try to compete with that, it's just easier for me to make that content available to the people that, well, in my audience, either through e-newsletter, infographics, webinars, anything like that. You can present your content. So we're talking about content, and so how do we jump on the trend? First off, find out where your audience is today. Which social platform are they on? Because their social platform will a lot of times determine how you present your content to them. You can present long content on blogs. On Facebook, you may want to consider a little bit shorter content with maybe a link to the article. Twitter is more conversational. Instagram, for me, I use Instagram mostly for pictures. Take a look at your strategy and assess it. Assess your current marketing strategy. If you're on social media, take a look at your analytics. Are you getting to people? Are people opening? are people reading your posts? And then as you feel comfortable, stretch into a channel that you haven't been in before. The reason is every every social platform is a different market. People who are on Facebook aren't necessarily on LinkedIn. People who are on Facebook aren't necessarily on Twitter. So every time you move into another channel, you're moving into another market. Okay, let's talk about video marketing. This is so important. Video marketing or videos are going to account for 74% of all internet traffic this year, and it is right on time for that. Videos are hot right now. The end of this month, I am going to be teaching a video marketing course in Omaha because it is so valuable. So videos, even if you don't do a video, but you use the word video in your email subject line, you'll get 19% more opens, 65% more website visitors, and 26% fewer unsubscribes. I'm not saying throw the word video in your subject line just to get people to open it, but if you have a video in your email, let people know that. Hey, this is a really cool video about, or this is a how-to video, and tell people that you've got a video. Video marketing, when you go from one platform to the other again, figure out what is your purpose in your marketing. What I mean by it's platform specific is with YouTube, they are timeless videos. Videos that they go to YouTube and they sit there. People can access them anytime. If you allow them to access it, you can make your videos private. You can make your videos unlisted. I have a lot of social media marketing videos in YouTube. The reason I put them in YouTube is I can go right to the YouTube. I can access them. I can grab the link and give it to other people if I want to. Facebook and Twitter, they're time sensitive. It's things that are going on right now, and other people can share the videos. Snapchat and Instagram will give you about 10 seconds worth of video. Doesn't seem like a lot of video, but you can cram a lot into 10 seconds. The other thing that I have done is I've shared some of my videos that are longer than 10 seconds over to Instagram. I haven't done much with Snapchat, and it'll truncate everything after 10 seconds. But the thing is you're reaching another audience. Also, keep in mind what you want to do when you're marketing, when you're doing your video. Do you want it to be a short attention-grabbing video? Do you want it to be a little bit longer how-to video? That will help you decide which platform you want to be on. Social media, digital marketing is making it very easy for you to do video nowadays. On Facebook, in the upper left-hand corner, all you have to do is click on the live button. You'll be taken to a page that looks like this. You'll see through the lens of your phone or your camera, and then down in the bottom left-hand side, it says describe your live video. So put a good description in there. It doesn't have to be long. You may want to mention the word video. As soon as you do that, click on Go Live. Some things that happens, it's easy to do. It increases visibility. And what will happen is when you go live on Facebook, Facebook starts reaching out to everybody who follows you and lets them know that you just started going live. So it's really easy to do a Facebook Live. Snapchat, You can do photo and video sharing. You can do short stories. I don't know a whole lot about Snapchat, but like I said, if your product or service is in that 18 to 34-year-old age group, you may want to consider looking into Snapchat. What I do is probably find a teenager and ask them to show you how to use Snapchat, but a lot of people are using it. So jump on the trend with video. Ask yourself if you can include a video in your email. Is there a video, a YouTube video or Vine or some kind of a video that will help enhance what you've written in your email, help with people to understand it, or just a nice video. And the beauty of putting a video in your email is that every time someone clicks on that video, if you are using Constant Contact will tell you how many people clicked on that video and who those people are. So that way you can find out what people like and which videos they like. Take a look, determine which platform is best for you. If you're already on a platform, what I would suggest is use the platform you're most familiar with, and then develop videos based on that platform that you're on. If you're on Instagram or Snapchat, you're gonna need to have shorter videos and plan on that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about mobile marketing. Pokemon Go. Do you realize that within 6 days, Pokemon Go made almost $14 million? This is mobile, guys. It's here and it's not going anywhere. 80% of internet users own a smartphone. 75% of them take it with them when they go to the bathroom. And the very last one, that 4 out of 5 customers use their smartphone to shop. And I'm not talking buying things, or I'm not talking just buying things online, but where can I find this particular dress? Where can I find this particular movie? If you're not on social media and you're not on the internet, people are not finding you. Remember, there's a lot of near searches that people are doing. Also, it's changed our behavior. Mobile has. Nowadays, this is how people are getting their information. This is how they're getting their news. And best of all, for us, this is how they're making their purchase decisions. So, for instance, if you get a good review on your product or service, or somebody had a visit, put that out there in social media. That's another post that you can have. And then people see what other people are saying about your business. The mobile-centric search, wow, 75% of the time searches happen from the mobile device. I am looking for things all the time using my mobile device. 88% of near me searches happen from mobile. And what that is if I am out somewhere and I've been shopping, I can go, hey, Google, show me all of the restaurants near me. Or show me all of the burger restaurants, or show me all the pizza parlors. Those are near me searches. When you set this up, you've got to sit in next time with Heidi and talking about Google Maps. She'll talk to you about how to set this up. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And the other thing is you need to make sure that the information is correct. Google has something that they call Grow Your Business Online. And what it is gybo.com. And it walks through getting your business online and getting the searches to see you. Some of the things you want to do, put in keywords. Lots of keywords that people would use to find you. If someone was to sit down in front of a PC and bring up Google, what would they use to find you? So, and then you create ads and content that match the themes of your marketing effort. Email also has to work on mobile devices, so when you build an email, send it to yourself, look at it on your mobile device. There are things people do not like, and they will delete an email when it doesn't look good on mobile, and you will lose almost a third of your subscribers if it doesn't look good. Take time. Here are some things you want to avoid. Don't put too much text. People are on a mobile device. Maybe put partial text, a leader, and a link. Have them click on it. Don't put multiple columns. They're really hard to see. People don't like images that go off the screen. And make sure your calls to action are where people can see them. They call that above the scroll. If you have a call to action, you want people to see it. So if you're doing email marketing, I suggest that everybody does email marketing. I mean, we have done some incredible things for our clients with email marketing. Don't just stop with sending out your email. Take that email. You should get a link to that email when you market. I know with Constant Contact you do. Post that link in your social media. It's free and it will be seen by people who are following you. And if you feel like it or you want to, why not go ahead and market your email? Go ahead and pay for a Facebook ad. You don't have to spend a lot of money. A lot of times when I do marketing for my clients, we're spending $5 or $10 a day on marketing. And then you can target that audience. Native advertising is advertising that I don't want to say looks like it's hidden as much as it kind of blends in with regular posts. For instance, this one with Udemy, they paid for the marketing, but it really looks like it looks just like a regular post. Native ads are going to account for 63% of mobile ad revenue, and they found that it drives engagement up as much as 60%. And this is what some of the mobile advertising looks like on social platforms. So on mobile, find out if you're showing up in mobile searches. Go out and do a search on your business. What does it say? Are your hours correct? Is the phone number correct? Oh my gosh, you don't know how many clients are one digit off. They have one too many digits. I mean, just a bunch of little things. Make sure they're correct. You don't want to lose any business. Consider doing ads with online, and then see if your consultants can create a mobile service for you. And you can kind of see in the presentation the things that aren't right. Okay, big data. Let's talk about data for a little bit. There, we found this correlation in the data that, so everyone take a razor. Oh, I don't know what that means, but data isn't important for data's sake. I've already kind of hammered this home. Don't get data just to be getting data. Use it to help better questions, to ask better questions, and to make better decisions. Data is everywhere. All you have to do is start collecting it, but decide what data do you want. Do you want to target a certain part of town? Do you want to target whether it's male or female, whether it's adults or children? What do you want to target? And then start collecting that data on them. You can do that event registration. There are so many digital touch points. And if you remember, people are more willing to give you their personal information if they know they're going to have a more personalized experience. You can find data out about your website, about your email, about social media. The information is out there. So why all this data matters? Well, you want to know the clicks, the visits, the reservations, appointments, and calls, but what you really want to do is you want to generate revenue or donations. That's why you want to know what is happening in your data. Is anyone reading your posts? Is anyone opening your emails? Because if not, you need to change what you're doing. So 3 tips for using all that data. Beware of vanity stats like opens and reach. Start small with one specific targeted audience. Just use one target and find out and start using that. Start using what I've shown you on that targeted audience and do what works. If something works, do it again. So jump on the trend. Determine what numbers really matter for your business. Determine what cycles, trends, and baselines exist. You want to know, are you in a down tick in your business, or is this just a down cycle? If you know that in November, December, and January, you're going to have a down tick in your business, you can start planning on it. Maybe that's when you need to start marketing. Based on those numbers, choose 1 or 2 tactics to pursue and then compare the results. Okay, this is what your 2017 should look like. Targeted messages, you're going to see those more and more. You're going to see more engagement. If you're not sure how to segment, ask. Content marketing, valuable content drives action. Don't just be throwing content into the wind thinking that it's going to make a difference. Answer questions, solve people's problems. They will love you for it. Video marketing. Videos are not the same on all platforms. We kind of went through that. Use video in your email marketing. And with mobile marketing, check your industry's mobile-centric search and consider some native ads. Use data that matters for your business. It doesn't do any good collecting data if you don't use it. Find the numbers that reflect your actions. Okay, if you would like a 15-minute marketing call with me, that's pretty much everything. I'm watching my time and I see I'm running out of time quick. That's why I'm kind of running through these last few slides. If you want to talk for a little while about your marketing, if 15 minutes isn't enough, don't worry about it. We can kind of talk about that. And give me a jingle. There are upcoming seminars and webinars. You can look at my calendar, asmomaha.com, or Constant Contact has seminars also, and they don't charge for them. I don't charge for mine. So that is everything. That's what I see with the digital marketing trends for 2017. And what I see, the biggest trend that I see right now is personalization. You getting served information that you want. So that's it for me. Back to you, Heidi.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. So this is so much amazing information. It might be a lot to take in, but does anybody have any additional questions for Mike? Let's see. We did have a question for you about segmenting and targeting, Mike. Would you recommend they set up an appointment with you to go over segmenting, or what would be best?
I would say that's the best thing to do. That would probably be the best thing to do with me, because when I do that, I can find out exactly what you're wanting to segment, and we can kind of talk about your specific target audience. So yeah, just give me probably the best thing would be to send me an email.
Perfect. Oh, and my mistake, I did not unmute everybody. So everybody is unmuted now. If you have questions, you can ask.
Hello, everyone.
Well, hey, I'm going to do a little plug here. We had another meeting at like 9 o'clock this morning, and I was not aware of this whole business.google.com website, but it is pretty awesome. I've just been looking at like ATC communications. We've actually got like a duplicate entry in here, and as far as search engine optimization, I thought that was really nifty. I know that's not really a question, but I thought I'd bring that up because it was pretty helpful. I'll put the link here.
Yeah, it's a great link. And Zach shared that earlier this morning. It's so important to make sure that's correct. I was actually just talking to a friend this morning, and she was on a trip, tried to go to a national park, ended up at a guy's private residence because they didn't have the right thing on their Google map.
Ooh,
So
yep.
making sure that your listings are correct is important.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Zach, that you took a look at that. It was probably about 7 years ago. I was at a SCORE conference in Dallas, and Google spoke. And one of the things that Google said is that they realized, they always went for big businesses because they thought that that's where the money was. And then they realized that, smaller businesses, like us, are really where, the majority of businesses are. And they say that 96% of the people in the United States are employed by small businesses.
Huh.
And Lisa, yes, there is marketing automation with Constant Contact. It's their autoresponder, and it works great. I love using it. It's like set it and forget it. And if anybody has any questions or anything, or later on, feel free to get in touch with me.
Yeah, we will be sending out Mike's contact information, because if you guys are anything like me, you think you've got it all down, and then you're actually doing stuff, and you're like, oh, wait, I have more questions. So, and we'll also be sending out the recording here early this afternoon, so you can watch for that. If you did participate via the phone, you can see the slides then. And if you just need a quick little refresher for everybody else, it's a great time to go back and just kind of refresh everything you learned today. So,
you bet.
We'll do one more call. Any last minute questions for Mike before we wrap this up?
Also, real quick, I am going to be in Hastings next Wednesday. If anyone is in the Hastings area, I'll be at the Chamber of Commerce from 11:30 to 1. I'm going to be doing simple steps to a well-run business. And then back here in Omaha on the 29th for video marketing. I'm going to be doing that from 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning. All of them are free. Feel free to drop by.
Awesome. And again, if you're interested in other trainings, they are available. You can check out our calendar on grownebraska.org. Members, again, don't forget to sign up for the state fair before July 7th when the early bird pricing ends. And again, if you have any feedback, please let us know at info@grownebraska.org. I'll be emailing you all soon. Thank you so much for being on our webinar today. And thank you again to ATC Communications for being our sponsor, and Zach for participating in our training and your contribution. So I hope everybody has a great day.
Thanks, Heidi. You take care.
You too.
See y'all.